Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendos and Larson.
Also Cal.
Welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to, found right here, youtube.com/Steven Larson, and found where fine podcasts are available. We just got done watching Extreme Rules. Thank you very much, each and every one of you who showed up, tuned in to watch our reaction live stream. It was fun. Kind of a weird show. And maybe more, no, not maybe, without a doubt, most importantly of all, thank you, Cal.
Hey.
Thank you. I'll say more at the end of the show, but these past 2 weeks have been tons of fun. This is your last official video.
This is it. There's no more Cal after this. Matter of fact, you guys thought I was going to be around for this
No, don't
review.
leave me now.
Yeah.
Just
anyway,
one more
friendos.
hour.
What?
One more hour, please.
One more?
Please, just one more. Please.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Larson, I'll stay for you.
Thank you.
I don't
Wow.
want to leave you alone with a friendo.
I was about to get Shane-style sweaty.
I don't want that to
I was going to
happen.
have to sweat it
You're
out.
going to go, oh, I can't remember what I'm going to say.
No. Gosh, I forgot the whole pay-per-view.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay,
with
thank you. I appreciate that. Wow.
Well, it's just for all those friendos they're very nice to me. You guys are great. You made it so much fun coming and going in Raw. I had a great time. And for the other friendos who are like, I don't like this guy. He's not my type of talk. You know what? Good. You got your wish. I'm gone.
Well, you'll be back.
Okay. Well,
So they might try to talk some trash.
yeah,
You'll be
then
back.
you might talk trash. But Grizzly Cowjack's making a return eventually someday, and you won't speak in that trash no more.
The doors are always open here for you, Cal.
That's right.
Always.
Because you know what? Grizzlies, they like trash. All right? I'll go in your garbage. I'll find out whatever dirt you have.
And
Tuck on me.
nothing is more trash than going in Raw. Is that what you're saying?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not what I meant.
No, that's not what I meant either.
No.
All right, let's get back on track here.
Sorry.
It's okay. Extreme Rules happened.
Yes, it
Kind of
was.
an odd show.
Yeah.
It kicked off with, a match that probably could have been the main event, the Roman Undertaker versus Drew and Shane, and you could easily make the case that was the best show on the card.
I know. You start with this. Okay. I'll be honest. When you find out it's Taker helping Roman against Shane and Drew, it's like, oh, what? Really? Because I don't want to see Drew with Shane first off. I'm getting sick of that
No,
pairing.
Drew needs to Claymore him already and go off and do his own thing.
Yeah, and then you see Taker come in. You're just like, dude, Taker just had that horrendous Goldberg match.
That's the thing. Chip on the shoulder. He had something to prove.
Yeah.
And man, he tried and for the most part succeeded in proving the naysayers wrong in terms of saying that he doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
He probably is feeling miserable right now.
Dude.
He's probably head to toe ice bath.
Yeah.
And getting the pain rub all over, getting massage, acupuncture,
Getting the cup
stuff,
Getting
all
cups.
that, everything.
Yeah.
So he can get out of bed in the morning without feeling horrible.
Yeah.
But man, for that 20 minutes,
Dude.
it was almost like Undertaker circa 2008.
Yeah, he came back like, you think I'm done? I'll show you guys. I still can move around a little bit.
2011, maybe 2011, 2008. might be
Dude,
too generous.
it was great to see Taker like come back and show people that he can still do what he can do.
Yeah.
Instead of like that slow, lethargic,
methodical.
methodic.
It was the terrible match against Gold.
Oh man, just
That match was like 5 times longer than it needed to be.
yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know, something about, like, all the matches were fine. Nothing ever transcended fine into great.
No, felt like they were all just one pace.
Everything seemed just a little bit off.
Yeah, everyone was slow. There was no energy. I didn't feel the energy.
Yeah.
The only match I felt the energy was the Taker, Roman versus Drew and Shane
You
match.
could basically see the chip on Undertaker's shoulder.
Yeah.
It was massive.
And then you could see the blood on his back.
Yeah, he got cut
From
up
that
pretty
chip.
good. He got cut up pretty good.
Yeah.
But also, like, every match was reasonably entertaining. Just I don't ever feel like any of them went beyond just that. There's a couple of matches that had kind of finishes out of nowhere, and I don't know. Not a bad show.
It was okay.
It was kind of middle of the road.
Yeah. I'll say that the Seth Becky match was better than I anticipated.
Until the end.
Till the end.
Till the end. Let's start with the kickoff show. That kicked off with, for some reason, the Intercontinental title is being defended on the kickoff show, which boggles my mind. You have Finn Balor, who could be face of the company type guy, against Shinsuke Nakamura, who is maybe the most popular wrestler in NXT history.
Yeah.
And you have these two massive superstars, and they're curtain jerking, gosh, on the pre-show.
Yeah.
It was a decent enough match. It was better than their SmackDown match, but again, it was a situation where it didn't feel like it ever took off.
Yeah. It just didn't have enough of like the speed that just didn't. It just was slow pace. It just didn't feel right. I don't know. I wasn't into it. Maybe they weren't into it either.
I don't know what the situation is.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay match.
Maybe it wasn't any of the wrestlers, Cal. Maybe it was us.
It's us.
Maybe it was us. Maybe we just weren't in the mood for Extreme Rules today. Has
know.
there ever been an thing with you where you're watching wrestling and like you watch it and it's like, this is fine and good, but just isn't doing it for me right now?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just too into my own stuff to really care about anything else. I gotta leave and think about it.
Okay, all right, go meditate on that.
I thought about it. It wasn't us. It was the pay-per-view.
Okay. I mean, like the booking of the match in terms of the moves and counters and reversals, that was all really well done. It was like expertly executed. Finish saw Finn go up for a coup de grace. He misses. Nakamura hits him with the Kinshasa to the back of his head. He's like too beat up to make the cover. And then he gets up and hits another Kinshasa. He gets the win. Yeah. The Intercontinental title changes hands.
New IC champ.
On the pre-show.
Yeah. Which is like the workhorse title.
Yeah.
That's not pre-show worthy.
No, that should be.
It's above.
Uh-huh.
That's the part that gets me. Maybe that was something that made me kind of.
It set the tone.
It probably set the tone right there. Because like, you have one of the most prestigious titles on the pre-show. Like, that just drops the IC title down a bunch.
Now imagine if this same match took place after the Undertaker won. I felt like we would have had a much better view of it had it been put on the proper place.
Yeah, I think it would have brought more excitement up to it, especially with like the booking of it. Like, I thought Kevin Owens' match was going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah,
but it wasn't on the pre-show.
No,
I mean they could have. There's a couple matches they probably could have moved to the pre-show.
Yeah.
I mean, but
they could have maybe put maybe not. The Raw tag title one, but
that's the thing. There's so many titles. It's like what's the justification of putting?
I know.
Like, why is that?
I know. I don't feel right putting a title match on the pre-show. I know.
It's almost like any match that did not have a title on it can go to the pre-show.
Well, then you're talking Shane and Drew against.
I know,
Taker
which was the best
Roman.
match.
And that's not going on the pre-show.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you could have had Bob Lashley and Braun Strowman on the pre-show.
That actually, I think I would have preferred that to be on the pre-show.
If you want to get a crowd hype, have that match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then the issue is people are coming into the arena. They have all those spots
in
the concourse.
But that would that not make you want to get to the arena sooner?
Maybe,
to like.
That's a good point.
Bear witness it.
It might. So I was actually really surprised that Nakamura picked up the win here because he had just completely decimated and manhandled Finn on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, here's an opportunity for either Nakamura to take things a step too far, get DQ'd, or Finn to say, I'm not going to be pushed around by you, Nakamura. I can show you that I can do this. Finn takes things too far.
Yeah.
And he gets DQ'd just to perpetuate and propel this feud forward.
Yeah.
But now this match had a lot more back and forth on their SmackDown effort. But the result is more or less the same. Nakamura wins this time now. He has gold around his waist.
Yeah.
So I guess is this going to be Nakamura versus Demon Balor now at SummerSlam?
Maybe. Do you think that they had Finn drop the title because maybe he wants to get married or something, or is he already married? No,
I think he got engaged. He definitely got a tattoo on his elbow.
Yeah. So sometimes that's like they'll have guys drop the title in case they want to
go on vacation.
Do on vacation or something like that.
I don't know. There was something going around Twitter that he was like dropping the belt, and then Heyman wasn't happy about it or something. But
what, like the booking planned for him to drop the belt, and then Heyman found out and didn't like it, or that he wanted to drop the belt?
That's complete BS. That's what I
I don't know if I believe that.
BS because Heyman books for Raw, not SmackDown. SmackDown, the show is that Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura is on. So I don't know.
It's weird, man. One can only speculate. Like, what was the? Because, like you say, he just got his ass kicked.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
And then they didn't really promote, like, this match was going to be on the
They announced
Extreme
it,
Rules.
like, yesterday or today.
Yeah, like, I wasn't really paying attention. I was busy. But, man, That kind of bums me out that I wish I would have known about
this morning.
sooner.
It was this morning.
Yeah,
they
this
announced it.
morning they're like, hey, we're going to throw this match
Yeah,
out
on the
there.
pre-show. I know.
The pre-show.
The match that you could really build to and
Two
make for a huge thing.
famous wrestlers from New Japan and
Yeah.
NXT, the
Yeah.
building blocks of NXT, but
Yeah.
we're just going to put on the pre-show.
I know.
Yeah.
And of course, the speculation now is that Finn, now that he's rid himself of the Intercontinental title,
Yeah.
throwing up 2 sweets,
2 sweets.
joining the club.
I would not be against that, you know.
I would. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I wouldn't be against it because that's what people have been speculating, that he was going to join the club, and then that was it pretty much.
I would actually find it more interesting if he feuded with him.
That'd be kind of cool. But then, like, it would be like a Roderick Strong kind of feud.
Yeah, where eventually he comes around.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
That way, it's not like he just does it on
Yeah.
a whim, super random.
totally.
Like they have to twist his character to get him to that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be ideal if like he goes through a feud with them, and through that feud with them, he is a changed man, changed to such a degree that he has no choice. He is propelled, obligated seemingly, to join up with his former Bullet Club buddies and AJ Styles
That'd be amazing.
and the club.
I would like that. That'd be, as long as it's good storytelling.
Yeah,
I'm down with
exactly. If
that.
it's good storytelling, I'd be cool with it too. But I feel like a feud before that would be great because I
Yeah.
think we've seen that one match between AJ and Finn. I think people want to.
Oh, that was great too.
Yeah, as a match that was put together like last minute.
Yeah.
So Nakamura is your new Intercontinental Champion. I would suspect a rematch of some capacity at SummerSlam, even though there's no guaranteed rematch. Maybe they just move on. I don't know. I mean, what happened at the end of the show makes me feel like Seth Rollins might be moving on from the Universal title
Yeah.
because I don't see that match happening at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see. You know, it's weird that he has Becky. If they're going to still have Becky involved with them, you know, they're still going to do that whole relationship thing.
Yeah, I don't
and then
know.
I don't know what they're going to do from there. And then what's going to happen now with Corbin and Lacey? Like, is Lacey still going to feud with Becky? Probably.
No, they said part of the stipulations of that match was
no
that,
more rematches.
Well, that was it. Like Lacey and Baron get no more opportunities at the respective
Okay.
titles if they were to
Interesting.
lose. So that's that.
So they're done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
in
good.
the title picture. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So I guess that's something to be to feel heartened about going out of this pay per view is that Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans will not be challenging for the Raw and Universal Championships.
Oh well, their lives will go on.
Totally. They'll circle back around
Yeah,
eventually in a year.
yeah.
So next match for the Cruiserweight title: Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. This is a hard hitting
I
affair.
really like this match.
It was good.
This is good.
There was this bit where Nese is on the ringside area. Drew runs off the apron, can't talk, hits a flying lariat clothesline, and there was an audible smack, the likes of which you don't normally get with your standard clothesline or lariat. It felt more like, I'm going to say it wasn't chop loud,
Yeah.
but it was in those situations. The move lands, you're like, oh.
Yeah. No, I remember that was stiff.
Yeah, and they were working snug the whole entire match. The
Yeah.
forearms seemed pretty stiff.
They have a pretty good chemistry.
Yeah.
I like the Nese and Drew Gulak combo.
Yeah, I do too. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably Tony Nese's last challenge for the Cruiserweight title for a little bit because he took the L. He did hit this new kind of thing that I didn't see him do before where, on Andrade sets up someone in the corner to do the double stomp while they're kind of in the trio type situation. Nese had Gulak in that, but not in the corner on the ropes facing outward along the apron. And he goes and does like a moonsault off that. I've never seen that before.
That's crazy.
It was pretty crazy. Nese follows that up pretty quickly with a 450. Drew kicks out. And there's this great sequence. A lot of back and forth, roll-up attempt, counter roll-up attempts and stuff that leads to Gulak hitting like a deadlift powerbomb, getting a 2 on it. And then I look down for a second, probably to type a note, look back up, and Drew's hitting his finish to win. It seemed like kind of
It was very abrupt.
a very abrupt finish for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I think they're really. Do you think that they're trying to make all the finishes seem like, boom, they came out of nowhere for these abrupt?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Because there was a couple abrupt finishes
Yeah.
tonight instead of like the long build-up that they normally do.
Like the W title match, that finish kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but anyway, Drew hits his finish, the Cyclone Crash for the win. Drew's going to have that belt for a little bit.
I think he's going to have it for a while. I mean, they're still trying to build up 205, especially when you lose Mustafa and Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been the main pillars for 205 for so long. So it'll be fun to see like Humberto build his name up and
Mike
like
Kanellis,
see what they do with him.
Yeah, there's 205 Live's actually in a really good spot right now.
Yeah.
You think after losing the talents you named, they'd be kind of struggling, but after a few weeks, they found their bearings pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Main card kicked off with Shane and Drew taking on Roman Reigns and Undertaker. This match was booked. The pace was, for a Taker match, frenetic. There was always action happening. It was chaotic. No holds were barred. And if you just ignore the fact that the only weapon I think used during this match was a guitar, didn't really matter because it was just wildly entertaining from bell to bell.
Yeah, it was good. And it wasn't that overbooked, which I was really pleased. I thought it was going to be a hot overbooked mess.
I know. Elias, Dolph, Owens maybe.
Yeah, no, it was just Elias. They took care of Elias. I mean, the way that they separate everybody in the end was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was enough to, like, get everyone gone. And then I love what Roman said to Shane right before he flings him into Taker. And then Taker kind of then stopped and said something, put him back up. I kind of like that, though.
Yeah.
Because it's not, like, so smooth and frenetic.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just like he said, looked at him, and then put him up there.
I think, Roman said to Shane, like, something like, this is it, or going to hell, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then when Taker couldn't pick him up the first time, he goes, no, not like that.
Yeah.
And then drops him, then picks him back up in Tombstone. So we just fast forward to the finish. But we can get some beats here because
That
it
was
a
my
fun
favorite.
match.
That finish was my favorite.
Yeah, the
part,
finish was pretty fun. So early on, Taker and Reigns have the upper hand. They're kind of beating up Shane all over the place. Drew would get in every now and again, get some action in. Shane would get back in. He'd get beat up. Reigns is the legal man against Drew. Shane lowers the ropes, sends Roman to the outside. From that point on, the heels kind of get the upper hand. Eventually, Undertaker goes to the timekeeper area, grabs a chair, and starts chasing after Shane with it. Shane runs up the ramp, and Taker comes back down the ringside. Later on, Shane joins him. He beats the heck out of Shane a little bit, sets him up for a powerbomb through the announce table, and then Elias comes out of nowhere, hits Taker across the back with a guitar. Right after that, Drew Claymore hits Claymore and Roman, sends him over the barricade. Taker has been isolated.
Yep.
This is their opportunity to take out Taker. Back to the announce table area, Undertaker is about to chokeslam Elias. Drew comes out of nowhere. Bang. Claymore again. Claymore
was all over the place.
It's top 5 finisher right now.
It was. I love that finisher. You can hit it
good.
anywhere.
So good. Come out of nowhere. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So then Undertaker's put on the table, the announce table. Shane goes to the top rope. Bang. Elbow off the top. They roll Taker back on the ring. Roman's still out of the equation. He's still over selling that Claymore in the timekeeper area. Elias and Drew set up Taker in the corner for coast to coast. They put a garbage can in front of him. So sorry, there was a garbage can involved.
Yeah.
Shane hits it, pulls Undertaker in the middle of the ring, expecting to go for the pin. Does Taker just lay there?
Yeah.
No, he sits up. He does a sit
Sits up.
He does a sit up thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you could tell when Shane was pulling him in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's gonna sit up.
He's gonna sit up.
Because then I like this about Shane. Shane's pulling him, and Shane sits on his ass as he's pulling him.
Yeah.
'Cause he's so big. And then by the time Shane sat up himself, Undertaker sat up.
Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome.
It was great. Choke slams the hell out of Shane. A choke slam for Elias too. And there's this great shot where Taker is waiting for Shane to get up to give him a tombstone, and so he's facing the hard cam, and from behind him, Drew emerges.
That was awesome.
Seething.
Okay. So what I liked about that is showing how scary and dangerous Taker is, but then the way Drew just emerges. Scarier.
Yeah.
Because all the time you're like, oh no, this person's about to get killed by the Undertaker. Oh no. Now we're like, oh no.
Drew's the hunter.
Drew's now the one about to take out Taker.
Yeah, it was great.
That made me like I don't know how to explain. I was stoked for that part.
Yeah.
Because you just see the way Drew emerges. It was great.
It was fantastic. It was like a horror movie thing.
Yeah.
So he emerges from behind him. He's setting for a Claymore. As soon as Taker turns around, he starts running towards him. Roman intercepts him with a spear.
Great.
Roman just runs in out of nowhere. You don't even
awesome.
see him.
He set him for his own Claymore, then boom, Roman spear.
It was great. And then Taker, we mentioned the finish where Roman says something to Shane, tosses him to Taker. Taker couldn't get up for the tombstone right away. Says, oh, no, not like this. Gets him up again, hits him with the tombstone, pins Shane. There's enough wiggle room here that if they want to do Drew Taker at SummerSlam, they could do that. Yeah. Drew can just say, I had you dead to rights.
Yeah.
If it weren't for Reigns, you'd have been mine.
Yep.
One-on-one, I can take you.
It's going to set a good narrative for them when they wrestle, if they do at SummerSlam, which is great.
I hope so.
Yeah, because you're only as good as your last match.
Yep.
This version of Taker is so much better than his match against Goldberg.
Oh, I know.
Because just it wasn't they just didn't click, him and Goldberg.
No,
it was horrible.
No.
But seeing Drew, like that face-off that Drew had with Taker.
Oh, the beginning of the match.
The beginning of the match, that was awesome.
Yeah.
They were legit face-to-face.
Same height, eye to eye.
Same eye to eye. I don't care what the real height difference or whatever is. That doesn't matter. It was awesome.
It was incredible.
And then trading blows as these two big bastards going at it.
It was so good.
And it's funny because, like, if you would have asked me, like, after the Taker-Goldberg match, like, what do you think about Taker and Drew at SummerSlam? I would be like, no way. Now the way that I've seen the booking, the way they were able to tell a story, I'm like, I'm excited to see what they do.
And knock on wood, Taker will do the honors for Drew and send him to another level.
Yeah, and I think Drew needs it too.
Yeah, he does.
He needs that big rub.
He
Because,
does.
I mean, Drew was going places when he beat Kurt Angle. You know, he's starting to be that legend guy, you know, killing legends.
He annihilated Kurt.
Yeah, so I think him to take on Taker and just... You know, the psychopath. This is the first time I really believed he was a Scottish psychopath. When he popped up behind Taker, I'm like, okay, now I see why they call him the Scottish psychopath.
Yeah.
Before that, didn't really like the nickname, but he looked like a crazy,
Yeah, it was fitting.
crazy SOB.
After that, show's kind of, I'm joking. The show wasn't completely downhill from there. That was kind of the most fun
That
match
was
in my
for
estimation.
me the most exciting match.
Yeah. We had a Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins interview. All this, I don't really care. Hopefully now that the main event played out as it did, they can go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Pursue their own stuff. We don't have to deal with these lovers' quarrels on WWE television. They were scripted for them. I've said this many times. I don't want love interests involved, off-screen love interests involved on screen unless they're heels.
Yeah.
Because for the faces, I just find it annoying.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's heels,
it's hard to cheer for an attractive couple.
And want them to be happy and
want them to
victorious.
be happy and victorious. It really is hard. Like, oh, this is a cute couple. I really don't care. I don't want to see it.
I know.
Nobody wants to. Unfortunately, that's the way that we think a lot.
Part of it, I think, though, is when it's heels that are romantically involved, it's like red hot passion.
Yeah.
It's like it could be Edge and Lita live sex show at any moment.
Yeah.
Whereas with faces, it's tenderness.
Ah.
You know? And in other circumstances, totally cool. I just don't want them in my pro wrestling.
No, I mean, hey, I don't mind seeing them at the ESPN, the SBs.
No, great. That's great.
And them, you know, talking about with Becky, sharing the cover with Allison Brie.
Yeah.
What the hell her name is?
Yeah, Allison Brie. Yeah,
Allison
like
Brie. Then
Seth
Seth being the supportive one.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, that's great. You know, teasing, I might do UFC, blah, blah, blah. Hey, she can do whatever she wants. That's cool.
Totally.
But do I want to see that on WWE? No, I don't really care. I don't want to see that. No.
And how the main event played out towards the end, where it's Seth is the one that gets enraged that his girlfriend got laid out by Corbin at the end of days. And like I understand Corbin dropping Becky at the end of days is supposed to get massive heel heat on Baron. But imagine if the situation had been reversed. Seth gets laid out.
He gets hit with a women's right.
Yeah, gets laid out by it. And Becky's the one's like,
Yeah. I don't know.
Or something like, or Becky gets even better. Have Becky get hit by the end of days.
Yeah.
Seth hits a stomp on Baron. He's not content with that. He goes for another one. He gets laid out with a woman's right then.
Yeah.
Becky comes to and makes Baron tap. That's how you do it.
That would have been awesome.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. And I think Corbin would have been down.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's a professional.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. But
So we just jumped. That one little promo segment just like
led to us kind of spoiling the whole finish made
Yeah.
But we'll get to there.
we get there.
After that interview, we had the Revival versus the Usos. Another instance where the match was good. It just felt like it never stepped up to the next gear.
I think we were distracted by the comfy sweats that the
man.
Usos are wearing.
So the Usos, they come out to their music. They drop a promo. I don't remember what they're saying because I was staring at their pants.
They're comfy pants.
They got the comfiest looking sweats.
Yeah.
They're super stylish too. You think, oh, they're just gray heather sweats. No, they got like blue crap.
Yeah.
Embroidered or something on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how. It could be iron-ons for all I know. It looked amazing.
Those sweats, just the way the cotton looked, and just like
it looked warm but breathable.
Yeah.
Maybe moisture wicking slightly.
It wasn't super tight,
but not too loose.
Not too loose.
It was like the right amount of bagginess.
Yeah.
Had some decent cuffs at the ankle, but not too tight.
Yeah.
So they moved a little bit. They had the Air Force Ones on. They looked great.
They looked
comfortable.
so comfortable. I think, and to be honest, we talk about how comfy Kevin Owens looks. They looked so much more comfy.
A million times
I'm
over.
sure Kevin's wearing like clothes that makes him feel comfy.
Yeah.
The way the Usos wear it, those just look plain damn comfortable.
They could have woken up from a nap in the locker room and walked to the ring, and I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
That could be their nap gear.
Their nap wear.
And I wouldn't have known.
Those are the type of sweats I want to wear when I wake up in Tahoe.
There you go. You just roll out of bed.
Oh, man.
Go to wrestling camp.
Yeah, all right, kids. I got my comfy joggers on. Oh, Coach Jack, those look really comfy. I know they're really comfy,
They're
kids.
great.
They're a great pair I got from the Usos.
Here's the thing. They're comfy enough to nap in, but they're also stylish enough to
Kick
wear out
some
in public.
ass in wrestling.
Man.
Yeah, they're great.
They're fully functional, versatile sweats.
That was the only thing that really stood out to me was those comfy sweats that they were wearing.
It was a massive distraction. For me, that's what it was. There was a couple like little awkward moments. Jey Uso got hit by a splash from Dawson, and he like had like a weird cell, and the ref had to check on him.
Oh, and they did it wasn't the heart attack, but it was a move that the Heart Foundation had done. Yeah, like he landed on his hip.
Yeah, it looked like he took
so
an
the
elbow
way
to the
he
hip.
sold without even covering him went to the corner. So then you're just like, oh, is he really hurt? Like the way he's selling without even letting him cover. And then they proceed to go on to the next spot. So you're like, oh, okay, maybe he wanted to sell that way just to change. That might have been a producer call.
Maybe.
Because sometimes they'll say, hey, so when they hit you with this, because like they know all the moves, sell this way just because. Just see what the crowd reacts. See how we react.
Yeah.
So I think that was a producer call.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because they moved on the next spot, but then that spot on the top rope was really awkward too.
Well, then Scott, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa, Scott. I hope your nuts and stuff are okay, man. 'Cause he hit that rope and then it was a really awkward bump to the outside, and usually he doesn't. I've never seen Scott make like.
Well, usually that's just a flat back bump to the mat. Too.
Yeah.
Usually they don't go on the rope.
They're like, we're gonna do the thing that Darby Allin did. Okay. No, didn't do what Darby Allin did.
No. Got caught on the ropes there.
Ow.
So that was kind of weird.
I got caught on the ropes yesterday.
Really?
It hurt my nuts.
Ow.
It just because it was a rumble elimination, and so I got thrown over the rope. But I didn't get eliminated. But I didn't really bring up my leg all the way, so I got hicked.
Ouch! Did it snap you?
Kinda. And then I was trading punches with with Derek Slade, and I'm like, we're waiting for this guy to drop kick us off.
Yeah.
So not only are we like really hitting ourselves, but my nuts are killing me. I went for this guy, and the kid waited too long, and then finally he knocked us off, and I'm just like, oh god, this hurts. So I can't imagine if Scott hit his dingleberries off that rope. And then waiting for the next spot, that must have been like insanely
He probably could have used some
uncomfortable.
Uzi hot in that front area if that was.
And then that would have fixed whatever rope rash you got.
Probably would have made it worse.
Yeah.
So Dash eventually hits a splash on Jey Uso, and then Jimmy breaks up with a splash of his own. He goes for cover. Dawson breaks that up. The finish was actually pretty cool. A little bit back and forth. Revival hit a Shatter Machine. They win. They retain the Raw Tag Team titles. I guess if the Usos are going to get those belts, it's probably going to happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a feud in the Revival, or feud and a match the Revival need. They need big wins against top tier teams.
Yeah.
To prove they're top guys.
Yeah, because for so long they've just been thrown under the bus and just been like really underutilized as far as booking goes. And like when someone, I think Scott or one of the guys said that like when tag team wrestling's the best, it's the most emotional match because there's so much on the line with two wrestlers going against two wrestlers. So you can feel more with the connection that they have with each other along with like the Usos. But when they don't really show or do any of that, then we don't get to feel what they want us to feel.
Yeah, because you look at what the Revival did in NXT, all their takeover matches were just drenching in drama.
Yeah.
And since they're not the only team that's been afflicted by this. Since the move to main, since there's not investment in any sort of long-term storylines, like technically their matches are good and fun.
Yeah.
But they're missing that sense of drama.
Yeah, there's that emotional
matches.
Emotional connection that we don't really get to feel.
Nope.
I mean, when they were tapping out to DIY and they were holding hands and they tapped at the same time.
There was such a story behind that.
That
one
was
moment.
so great. But yeah, we haven't had that big moment yet with them.
Nope.
And, like, I'm glad they won because now this means that they could eventually get to that point. They just need to be like, hey, they need to grab the producers, writers, or Vince and sit them down and be like, here, just watch this.
Yeah.
Watch them versus DIY.
Well, I'm sure Heyman's seen all that.
Yeah, I think Heyman's.
So hopefully
yeah.
Heyman's clued in on that, and we'll start seeing something along those lines.
Come on, Heyman, you can do it.
I know you can do it, Paul.
We have faith in you.
Next, this was actually a really fun match. Cesaro, they're really pushing the sci-fi aspect of his character, or his nickname, taking on the main roster singles debut of Aleister Black. Bell rings. Aleister goes for a black mass immediately. Cesaro ducks. Pretty quickly, Cesaro goes for a neutralizer. Aleister counters with a backdrop. The story of this one was Aleister going after. He's doing the leg kicks.
Yeah.
It was like he watched that. What was that fight? The Santos John Jones match.
Yeah.
Where Santos was going after John Jones' leg.
Yeah.
And creating a huge welt on it.
And then eventually John went back to his leg and then blew out his ACL.
I mean, his whole knee was blown out.
Yeah.
Everything was gone.
Bad. Yeah.
It was bad.
No, I dug, because for the longest time you just see Aleister is such a striker, and then you see him targeting the leg like they do in MMA. They'll just target the leg so it, eliminates a body part, so they have an advantage. But it was interesting to see Cesaro get his leg taken out, because I don't really. I like that they're doing more like body part style wrestling,
but using striking rather than
using
submission.
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. And then eventually, you hit the leg enough, boom, then you go to a submission to try to submit, Cesaro.
Yeah.
And it's, Cesaro is such, when everything's healthy, he is a Superman.
Yeah.
He is a cyborg. But when you take that away, you eliminate a lot of his power and his strength.
Yeah, at one point he was going for, I can't remember what move it was exactly. It was a neutralizer, and his knee gave out.
Yeah, his knee. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but yeah, he stopped, his leg gave out, and then that was the moment that allowed, was that when
He did that, and then he put him in after that it was a knee bar.
Yeah.
So after both of them try to go for their finisher early, Cesaro hit this beautiful slingshot uppercut.
Oh
man, it was stiff.
It looked awesome.
It was beautiful.
At first, I'm like, he's coming in low. And then you watch again. He's coming straight at him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't lower at all once he slingshot off and then wham.
No,
that was sweet.
Shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
And then later on, Aleister goes to the top rope, tries for Meteora. Cesaro catches him. So Aleister's on his shoulders, pops him up, another uppercut.
Big Euro.
And Aleister's close enough to the rope where he can grab onto it. Cesaro goes to the springboard uppercut well again. No.
Maybe that's when his knee gave out.
It was on some move where he was picking Aleister up.
I thought he went to push him, and then he went to his leg or something.
That was probably another moment, because this one is when he ate the V trigger.
Yeah, that's
where he
right.
comes off there and eats that V trigger right to the face.
That was nasty.
But there was a segment where Cesaro's knee gave out. They do the bit where Aleister transitions into the knee bar, and then Cesaro reverses that into a sharpshooter, and then transitions from that to a crossface, and then Aleister starts punching Cesaro's knee to break that up. Cesaro goes for a neutralizer. Aleister fends him off, starts kicking Cesaro's legs, and in a flurry of kick, there's a black mass that culminates it.
Yeah.
Aleister picks up the win.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like strike, bam,
finish.
Big final strike.
It was great.
That was a good match. I like this match.
It was fun.
It didn't. I think it went the way I'm glad it went. Because we knew these guys were gonna have a good match. Like, there's no way they weren't.
Yeah.
Like Cesaro versus Aleister Black. I could see that a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Just the way I like the way they match up
Totally.
really well with a powerhouse athlete versus a heavy striker.
A heavy striker, yeah. Who can also do some super athletic stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't the last we've seen of this feud, and hopefully they instill some meaty storyline to it.
Get Cesaro, get Aleister, have them a three-way for that IC belt with Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool. And don't exclude Cesaro. Have them all try to compete for that IC title, because they are a workhorse. Has Cesaro ever won the IC title?
No, I don't. He was U.S. champion.
He was U.S. champ. Yeah.
I don't remember if he ever won the IC belt.
Dude, he needs to be going for that. Him and Aleister need to be working towards that title, and keep Ricochet for the U.S. title.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
if you're gonna be a mid card, let them try to chase that legit mid card title.
Yeah,
God, that'd be sweet. Nakamura,
cool.
Cesaro,
too sweet. After Aleister picks up the win, we have a backstage segment. Carmella and R-Truth. Now they're the ones posting flyers looking for Drake Maverick. They post one on Alexa Bliss's locker room. Alexa and Nikki Cross exit said locker room. And Carmella's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
And Truth's like, no, I want to talk to him. do you know where Hornswoggle's at? And Alexa says, yeah, Drake is in the first stall on the left. And he's like, oh, okay. He's about to go in. Mela comes back and says, no, she's lying to you. Just drop it. And off they go.
And then then Alexa gives a gift to Nikki, and it's a shirt.
It's a Twisted Bliss coffee shirt.
Yeah, Twisted Bliss coffee shirt.
And then the Street Profits.
Yeah,
in the
Greek chorus.
In the roles, Greek chorus of Raw is there, and they want to know where the party's at should they win. Alexa and Nikki, and when Alexa wins, sorry. And then they were like, no, haven't you heard? We're going to be co-champions. And they laugh at them. And they said, hey, we're friends. We're not sharing any titles.
Yeah, which is funny because they're tag champs.
Yeah, I know. There's 2 belts. There's not one,
Yeah, exactly.
And then Nikki and Alexa walk off. Their match is next. Actually, that happened next.
Yeah. I'll say this. I like R-Truth more when he's got Drake Maverick around.
Me too.
It's so much more funny. And
those guys play off each other.
They play
really
off
well.
really well, and they're hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake Maverick he's a little gem on TV.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't sure at first when I saw him, but then now I can see why they brought him. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he is. He's tons of fun.
And then I like seeing this type of role for Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're cool.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to see cool? And some
and
people,
they're funny.
Yeah, they're funny, and people are taking their role way too seriously. Like they're burying them already. I'm like, I'm not. That's not what I'm getting. That's not the vibe I'm getting.
No, they're on
Not
TV
at
all the time, and they're showing their personalities
Exactly.
and their charisma and being funny.
I think they have a lot of long-term ideas with them, and that's why they're just trying to show more and more of their personality and charisma.
Agreed. Next, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. This match kind of played out as you would suspect, with Nikki and Alexa controlling most of the action since they had the numbers advantage. There's a great spot towards the end where Bayley locks in a death lock on Nikki, and then Alexa goes for some move. Bayley gets out of the way and puts Alexa in the bank statement while still having the death lock.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was like an Indian death lock.
Yeah.
And then she was able to get that on her, and then put, like you said, Alexa in a bank statement, which is cool.
And then Banks started biting, or sorry, not Banks. Bliss started biting on Bayley's hand to get out of the bank statement.
Yeah.
But Bayley kept the death lock on Nikki, and then eventually Bliss breaks that up. Nikki follows with a tornado DDT pretty quickly after that, gets a 2, and then Bliss goes up the top for Twisted Bliss. Bayley gets her knees up, Cross tags herself in. She jumps off the top rope, eats a jumping knee from Bayley, and then Bayley follows with the Macho Man elbow for the win. So she managed to overcome both of them.
Did she hit a Bayley to belly? No, okay, I didn't think so.
No, she pinned Nikki with the signature move.
Strong booking for Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
She took them both out.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty which is interesting to see. Because now I feel like Alexa, I don't know how much more they're going to use of her.
I don't know.
Especially the concussion stuff.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
She is. I mean, she's the Raw Women's division, especially on the heel side of things, just isn't the strongest right now. It's pretty much Lacey and Alexa.
Yeah,
and that's it. It's really face heavy, and then Becky's gonna dominate it for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, man, it's tough because they've turned so many of the girl stars face that now it's like the only notable women heels is Charlotte and the Iconics.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it.
Mm-hmm. Perfect time for Sasha to come back as heel.
Yeah, she needs to come back as heel.
She should come back as
and
heel.
she says she's better as heel, and
she's a great heel.
She just needs to do it. Please, WWE, heel
Please.
Sasha.
Yeah, give us heel Sasha. Next, we had the last man standing match between Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. This match went all over the place, and it had Braun channel the Kool-Aid Man at the finish. So starts out, pretty much instantly goes to the outside. Braun hits a shoulder tackle, goes for another, eats a spear, and then our food came, so I missed a little bit while I was getting our barbecue.
They just, for more or less, they just fought around the crowd.
Just brawled, yeah.
Brawled. None of it was in the ring.
Yeah.
They pretty much fought all the way to the top. You could see security pushing fans back, and then eventually they find that special merch table.
Oh yeah.
They get to the merch table.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they move off the stuff, and you can see a big noticeable pad.
There's a giant pad.
Right
under the merch
there.
table. And so Braun throws Lashley into the merch display, and Lashley falls on the
I think my favorite was
cushy pad.
when they start working down, and they're blown up.
Yeah.
They are tired.
Yeah.
You know, the two big dudes, and they can't move around that much. They're getting blown, and you could just see when they're working down, just It wasn't. We didn't notice the Braun sweat until after.
Oh, he was just drenched.
He was sweaty.
He was
but then, yeah, I liked it when they went to the all the foreign tables.
Oh, the international broadcast.
The international broadcast,
yeah.
and then like Braun Beal tosses Lashley over, and then eventually works him over. Then eventually you see like they work back to where they're eventually going to move to the big. Big finish.
Well, before that, there was that spot where Lashley shoulder tackles Braun over the announce table before the international broadcast spot. He shoulder tackles him to the announce table and then dumps the announce table on top of him.
Yeah.
And then Braun got out before the 10 count. But yeah, there's this. They start going up to the crowd, and it looked like there was an entrance to a doorway to and from the concourse. They kind of blocked off with a fake ceiling and a fake wall, which they kind of tease on the opposite side with the construction sign. And so they're brawling up there, and there's like a little gate that keeps people back from, I guess, falling into this onto this little ceiling they had built there.
Yeah.
And so they kick that open, and then Braun's trying to lift Lashley up for that power slam the first time.
Yeah.
He has trouble getting him up on the first try.
Yeah.
And he just looks exhausted.
He is so damn tired.
He is gassed.
He's sweaty. He's tired. He's beat up.
Yeah.
Like all he has to do is just pick up Lashley and land into a giant pillow pad.
Yeah.
And then just, like you said, was it Kool-Aid Man out of the thing?
So he power slams Lashley onto this, like, essentially fake cube they made to cover up the entrance and exit to the concourse. And so he power slams Lashley through that. But they don't ever show the camera shot of impact because they would show you there's a giant pad there, a crash pad probably. And so referee John Cohn is counting. He's doing his 10 count. And then at like 7... he can't see anything, so he's just counting.
Yeah.
And then at like 7 or 8, Strowman Kool-Aid Man's through the wall. Breaks it down.
Yeah.
He wins. And then it was painful watching him make his way back to the ring, just like holding his ribs and limping.
He's limping.
Looking miserable.
Yeah, that to me, I was like, he's not selling, dude. He is legit tired, beat up, sore.
Yeah.
All the above.
And he gets to the ring, has to rip his shirt off,
Yeah.
and pose and all that.
Oh my
gosh,
God.
dude. He just wants to get in the whirlpool.
He wants to just get in a giant ice bath and like be done.
Mm-hmm. After that, we had a club interview with Charlie, saying she asked AJ, it's like, you lost to Ricochet last week, and then you rejoined your club cohorts, Gallows and Anderson. He's like, no. You got the timeline wrong. It had nothing to do with losing to Ricochet. It's just time, essentially it's time to get the club back together. Too Sweet. And then they all raise their hands for Too Sweet, and AJ's like, here, Too Sweet with us.
She goes up.
And he...
Well, I know you're not gonna. But yeah, grabs his arm.
He's like, no, you're not gonna. That was rude, AJ.
I would have gave Charlie Too Sweet. That wasn't very nice.
That was rude of AJ.
Yeah.
That was very rude.
Let Charlie join the club.
Exactly. Next triple threat tag team action for those SmackDown Tag Team Championships. New Day versus your guys. Heavy Machinery,
baby.
Take
I'm coming.
pretty good. Versus Daniel Bryan and Redwood, Eric Rowan. This is a really fun match. I'd be interested to find out if anything in the morning, because when Otis got in the ring, he grabbed his quad, it looked like.
Yeah, what?
And he seemed like he was moving a little slow.
Little hitch in his get up there.
Yeah.
Man. I hope he's okay.
I mean, he got through the match, so if anything, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, something was up, dude. He was like kind of like.
Maybe he got one of those Mystery Charlie horses like you had last week.
Oh my god, dude. I was worried about that yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was like, God, this thing's still here. I went to practice, like I air kicked.
Yeah.
See how it felt, and then like it just shook and felt weird. I'm like, what is this? Why are you here? And I didn't see a bruise or anything on my quad.
That's weird.
It's just a mystery long-term Charlie horse.
That's weird. Like a muscle and a knot, huh?
Yeah. So I had one of those like roller gimmicks. So I was just rolling out my quad. It felt better. Still kind of hurt, but man, a little sleep can. Every time I slept, it felt a little better every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering. As soon as he got in the ring, he just kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, he grimaced a little bit.
Yeah,
and
a little bit.
Grabbed his leg, so.
Even with his little face, he's like, ow. Ow.
Yeah. This is a fun match, though. A lot of crazy stuff happening outside. We saw Tucky do one of his top rope splashes, took everybody out.
Yeah.
Saw Otis tease a
like
suicide dive, maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. Got on the apron. Did a little hop off, took a bunch of people out.
My favorite was Big E this whole match.
Oh man, he's incredible.
He stole the whole damn show because he worked. You could hear the excitement when you see Big E with Tucker.
Yeah,
Big E with Otis. Like, oh, this is something.
You see a couple of strong men go at it here. Yeah.
You know, don't knock the big guys when you see them go at each other. There's a little bit of excitement that kicks. Like people were.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like I was getting kind of amped up.
I mean, one of the truisms of pro wrestling is it's fun to see two big, buff, strong guys.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
Fight. And that's what it was. Big E did the spear through the ropes out of the ring.
Safe,
I know.
Safely.
I always get nervous about that because I think he hurt himself at least once doing that. At one point, excuse me, after all the chaos, Heavy Machinery hit Compactor, their finish. Xavier Woods is there to break up the pin. We just kind of a Tower of Doom spot where Big E was a powerbomb aspect of it, brought down a lot of people. In the midst of getting that all together, Daniel Bryan tags himself in. Eric Rowan stays on the top rope. He's not involved in the Tower of Doom part. Big E says, "Oh, Rowan, you're still up there." He goes to the top rope. Big E hits a superplex. And then Bryan, he's a legal man. He goes to the opposite turnbuckle, hits a flying headbutt, puts Big E in the label lock. Can't really keep the lock firm on the head.
This was some Zack Sabre Jr.
It was.
stuff.
And so he transitions to like a Rings of Saturn type deal, and it's really stretching Big E's shoulder, and then goes and grabs his leg and pulls it up. And since it's supposed to be, I guess it's triple threat, so there's no DQ, eventually Big E just kind of makes his way under the rope. And I guess just the idea that he was moving so much, Daniel Bryan couldn't keep the hold. Kind of powers out.
Well, it helps that he's so flexible. Big E's like really, really.
We see him do the splits.
Yeah, he's flexible.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
There
we go.
And so Daniel Bryan follows a bunch of yes kicks. Big E powers out and gets in Daniel Bryan's face and starts talking trash.
That's like we've been hearing words about what a heel Big E would look like.
Oh, intense Big E is great.
Intense Big E was great. Like, come on.
And so Daniel Bryan slaps him, and Big E just stares at him, slaps him again. They do that spot where Daniel Bryan is running towards a turnbuckle, like runs up the ropes and does the moonsault essentially over and lands on his feet. However, while Bryan was in midair doing the flip, Big E caught him on his shoulder.
Caught him with ease.
Turned around. There's Xavier Woods. New Day hit Midnight Hour / up, down, whatever you want to call it. They're tag champs for the 6th time.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
It was awesome.
And the crowd popped. And then, and then the thing you got, now that every member of New Day has a belt, you got to think, well, does that mean Kofi's going to retain or not? So the New Day's backstage in gorilla position. They're celebrating. Charlie walks up, about to interview him. Paul Heyman walks through, grabs the mic. Yeah. Goes out to the stage and says, the thing again, like, here's another spoiler. Brock's going to cash in tonight, but I could be lying.
I could be wrong.
Am I telling the truth? I think his punctuation is like, you got to decide whether I'm telling the truth or I'm being Paul Heyman, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
It's something to that effect. So, it's for the 2nd or 3rd time he said that Brock's going to cash in Extreme Rules. Next for the U.S. title, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. This match was probably the most noticeable, that it felt like
it was slow.
Things were just a step off.
Yeah. And, okay, I've seen my fair share of Ricochet matches.
Yeah.
You look at this Ricochet, and let's go to Will Ospreay Ricochet match.
Yeah.
Like,
Best of Super Juniors.
Juniors a few years back.
Fast, crisp.
Yes. Okay. Now look at this match compared to that match. Totally just
the pace is totally
much
different.
pace. And that's obviously, yes, you're going to work a slower pace for WWE. But when I saw Ricochet first come out with Alistair and they're tagging, how crisp and fast they were, that's the pace I thought they're going to keep Ricochet at.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, like, I liked their match they had the other night with Ricochet.
Yeah, the one where Ricochet won?
Yeah. That match to me was way smoother. Or it wasn't when they took on the match before that one.
The one where AJ won?
Was it that one?
First one where AJ won the non-title match, and then Ricochet won.
The one where Ricochet retained.
Okay, yeah.
That match I liked a lot.
Yeah, that was
good. I liked that one a lot more than this one.
Yeah.
Because just Ricochet was moving a lot more. He's more crisp.
Yeah.
He had more energy. This match didn't seem like he had a lot of energy.
I don't know. It seemed like AJ was a little sluggish too.
It's like both of them were kind of sluggish.
Yeah. I don't know what it was.
Maybe Ricochet was slugging around because he was selling, and then
be.
AJ wasn't.
That could be because before
Yeah.
the bell rings, the club goes in there and attacks Ricochet. So
Yeah,
that could have been it.
So
That could
maybe
have been it.
maybe that could have been. And that's the thing that kind of bums me out because obviously, yeah, they're gonna interfere, but I want to see that smooth, like quick,
Yeah, totally.
Ricochet. Like, yeah, you're gonna beat the hell out of him, but you're gonna kind of deny him of like
His essence.
his talents.
Yes. I mean, that being said, it did seem like a match. But, someone in chat mentioned this, too, that a lot of the AJ Dream matches and the feuds he had, especially when he was champion, they were never bad, but never transcended being pretty good. Like his feud against Kevin Owens for the U.S. title, and I think also for the W title, it had its moments, but it's like they couldn't, like the producers or creative couldn't get out of the AJ and Kevin Owens way and just let him have a really good match. They would had to be some wonky finish or some gimmicky thing. His feud against Nakamura, it was all about low blows.
Yeah.
And they had their final match, their last man standing match was pretty solid, but nothing compared to the Wrestle Kingdom match.
Yeah,
years
exactly.
Back, and I'm not blaming that entirely on AJ. It's just circumstance.
Yeah, I feel like it's all of its circumstances. Yeah. That TV WWE style.
Yeah.
Which is like, I've said this before, but now more promotions work with cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should be able to pick up whatever they're throwing down. Like,
yeah.
I think fans are more used to the faster pace.
Totally.
I don't think, you're going to deny the fans anything. They're going to pick up the speed. If anything, it just makes the match more exciting.
Totally.
So
maybe it's a situation too where wrestlers, in NXT, Ricochet could work his usual pace, and maybe someone just said to him, his producer's match, like, hey, make sure everything, the audience can feel everything, so dial it back a little bit.
Which I don't think Ricochet I don't think he can do that at this point with his experience. I mean, like, just in the sense of like that WWE style, especially like be on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that takes a while to get to that point.
And I think the one thing about their two TV matches is that they felt more physical.
Yeah, that too.
And this one didn't really feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Just something seemed a little off.
Because I've sang Ricochet's praises the other night.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
But this night just didn't feel it with him.
So as we mentioned, the club attacks Ricochet before the bell. And so it's just, there's like some decent back and forth. It's what you expect from both guys, but it just seemed like a half step a little slow.
Yeah.
Ricochet did hit a pretty cool shooting star press where it wasn't off the turnbuckle. He didn't do like a springboard. He just stepped up on the top rope and just did a shooting star press off it.
Yeah.
Goes for the pin. AJ's foot is under the rope, harkening back to the Raw match last week. Carl Anderson's right there and yelling at the ref. His foot's under the rope. So the ref stops counting. Carl Anderson gets in the ring. Ricochet kicks him out. The ref's checking on him. That allows Gallows to meet Ricochet at the top rope, hit him, and then AJ goes up and hits a pretty awesome Styles Clash.
That was awesome.
So usually what AJ did 2 weeks ago and teased the following week where AJ's sitting on the top rope and he'll stand up. This time Ricochet was sitting on the top rope and so AJ was facing out towards the audience, getting him in the Styles Clash position, had to jump backwards and down.
Yeah.
Which I would think the degree of difficulty on that would be much higher.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be scared.
As soon as Ricochet was in Styles Clash position.
He made sure he hooked his arms too.
And he had a head up.
His head was up.
He was looking up. He was not tucking
He
that
had
shit.
back, head, and taint of Ricochet.
So AJ Styles wins. He is your new U.S. champion.
Yep.
Fine match. Just a little something was missing.
Yeah, I agree.
A little something was missing. Next, another match I think that was either announced yesterday or today. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. They had a recap package about their feud, such as it is. Bell rings. They're in there arguing a little bit. Dolph slaps KO.
Real hard slap.
Made his ear all red.
Ear was all red.
And Owens kicked him in the gut, dropped him with a stunner. 10 seconds in, Owens wins.
Yep.
And then he grabs the mic, drops promo. He again says, Shane, you get too much TV time. Fate has intervened. You waited Tombstone, so you're not going to come out here. But Shane, you can kiss my ass, and you can go straight to hell.
That's great.
So we're definitely getting Kevin Owens versus Shane at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And hopefully, as we talked about on the Friday show, this will start to write Shane off TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he doesn't need to be the focus anymore.
It's just too much.
It is.
And you have so much talent. Like, let the talent run.
Let Drew have that role of top heel,
Yeah.
not Shane. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Next, Samoa Joe interviewing Gorilla Position, talking about how he's going to exit Extreme Rules as WWE champion. Unfortunately for Samoa Joe, it didn't work out that way. There were some cool little story beats in this match. Joe grabbed Kofi's hand at one point, and I couldn't hear what he was saying, but he was yelling at him. It's like, is this the hand, something, something, something? And almost kind of does like a Pete Dunne finger thing. Takes Kofi ringside, puts his hand between the ring steps, and then stomps on it.
Oh.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Sasha Bailey,
Yeah,
first
yeah.
match where
Yeah.
Sasha was working over Bailey's hand because she
Yep.
broke it or something.
Yeah, she broke her wrist.
And then later on, Kofi has SOS. Joe kicks out. There's a really cool spot where Joe sinks in the coquina clutch, and Kofi tries to walk up the ropes to escape, but rather than kind of being able to walk up and then reverse and put Joe in a pinning predicament, Joe just throws Kofi on the mat. So Joe's learning that if
He's like, no, let go.
yeah, just let go, slam you.
Yeah.
Follows with a senton, gets the 2, and it feels like the match is building, and then Irish whip, Trouble in Paradise, Kofi wins.
Yeah.
Kind of an abrupt finish.
That was the second abrupt finish.
Yeah.
Whenever there's more than 2 or something, it's like everyone's doing abrupt finishes, but
I know.
yeah, I guess in that sense, like trying to book how strong the Trouble in Paradise is, which is fine. But I like this match. It was a good, solid match.
Yeah, it was good. Just
Yeah.
if it weren't for the abrupt finish, I mean, it's 2 things. I'm kind of bummed that Joe keeps taking pins.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd been kind of interesting if they had found a way to have Kofi retain, yet, have Joe like go crazy and get out of control and start stomping on the hand or something like that. Whatever.
And I thought like Joe was gonna win, and then next thing you know, you hear Brock come in and cash in, and then you're like, okay, well this is gonna set up Joe and Brock for SummerSlam, and then like they can carry this over into when SmackDown goes to Fox on Friday, which I was like, okay, smart booking. You know, Brock doesn't have to be the Universal Champ. Instead, he can contend with the WWE title. And then you can have Kofi in the mix there too. And then you can also get the New Day involved.
Totally.
And then Kofi can beat Brock or however they want to tell that story or just whatever. But then Kofi just won.
Yeah.
And then what does it mean for Joe?
Yeah.
Just Joe eats another loss.
I know.
Doesn't push his character anywhere.
No, and the kind of the crummy thing is we saw this with Joe's feud with AJ, where he'll lose, and then he's like, "Well, yeah, you beat me, but I'm just going to essentially terrorize you and or your family until you give me another match."
And that's the thing. Like, we didn't get a lot of Joe terrorizing and like just destroying the New Day or any of that kind of build. So it's like Joe said all this, and it just didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
False threats.
Yeah.
And it's like when you see Joe like with AJ and him threatening his family and all that, that was great.
It was great.
It's like Joe said he's going to do it again. Kofi flips on the bird and just pretty much.
Well, like the whole feud was rushed, kind of.
Yeah.
They had like 3 weeks to do it.
Yeah. We'll flip the bird. That's enough to get him in.
That's edgy.
Yeah.
And then finally, the main event: Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans taking on Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Becky and Seth had some matching green gear. Adorable. And like this match was fun enough. It was fine.
It was fine. It was better than I expected.
There was that one spot where Lacey had a chair, Becky had a chair. Lacey goes high, Becky goes for the gut, and then Lacey kind of just drops the chair and it bangs Becky right in her head.
Oh, poor Becky.
She didn't bat an eye.
No.
She didn't flinch. She didn't
No.
do anything. She just kept on going.
She's fully. She likes to be the man.
Yeah.
Nothing bothers her.
Nope.
That's great.
You saw her get concussed by Nia Jax and get busted open, and she seemed to be reveling in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
This picture right here.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So there were some weapons. We saw some chairs, some kendo sticks, some tables. Limited intergender action. We'll get to that in a little bit. I guess we already mentioned that with Baron dropping Becky at the end of days. There was a cool spot where Seth and Becky set up parallel tables. They both go to the top. Seth is standing on the ring post, whereas Becky's sitting on the top rope. Becky hits a leg drop on Lacey, sending her through one table, and then right after that, Seth frog splash puts Baron through the other one. That was cool.
Yeah.
Back in the ring, Seth goes for a stomp. Baron catches it, hits a powerbomb, and then rolls him through. I'm like, oh, hit the end of days. This match is over.
Yeah.
Hits a deep six. Becky comes in, breaks up the pin. And this is where, in this whole mess, Baron drops Becky with an end of days, and then Seth loses his mind. Grabs a kendo stick, destroys Baron with it. Chair, destroys Baron with it. hits a stomp. Oh, this match is over. Not content. Another stomp. And another stomp. Then he finally wins.
Yeah.
Match is over.
Yeah, so all it took was one end of days to make Seth go insane.
Yeah.
Like, kind of over the top.
Yeah.
It's like, really, you're that, like, I guess that's showing how much Seth really loves Becky.
Yeah.
Even though it's like you showed their relationship on all these backstage segments, and I don't really feel like that intense, passionate love, but just like goofy.
Well, as their love story has been written for him by WWE creative,
Yeah.
you know.
So then when Seth is like, no, all right, Seth, get really like intense.
Well, there's that, and then like, I understand getting heel heat on Baron by having him hit Becky with the end of days, but then Becky's just like she's selling that move through the whole finish of the match. Seth is destroying Baron with a kendo stick and a chair and 3 stomps. And she has to be out there selling it and not be involved in the finish of the match.
It kind of takes
all.
away her man character, too.
And then Brock comes down, cashes in, and she's still selling that move the whole time. Like, how awesome. Have the main event play out how it did. Brock goes in there and cashes in. He has an F5 on Seth. Becky runs in, breaks up the pin.
Yeah.
DQ. Brock cashes in but doesn't win.
Yeah.
Like, have Becky step up to Brock.
Exactly. Like, that's the real man moment.
That's what people want to see.
Yeah, that would have taken that match and just turned it up the excitement
I know.
more. Especially, like, Becky eating a finish and then regaining herself and then, like, preventing Brock winning.
Yeah.
And then imagine if, like, Brock and her stare down.
Yeah.
And then somehow Seth is able to come back to life and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
take
yeah.
out Brock. And then,
Yeah.
like, for whatever reason, they can find a way to work together. That way it shows a real connection relationship.
Exactly.
And then,
exactly.
maybe Becky takes out Heyman or something.
Yeah.
And that sets up Heyman chasing people to take, kind of like how Heenan used to try to find characters to take out Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Instead, then Heyman could have found girls to take out Becky.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
And brought up Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd been good.
What are you doing, WWE?
I know. Instead, I don't know. I mean, like, either the scenario where, okay, Baron hits the end of days on Becky. He gets the heat. Seth loses his mind. That all happens. He hits the 3 stomps, and after the 3rd stomp, Becky comes in, right as Seth maybe to go for the pin. Bang, disarm her.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just something.
Yeah.
Something so she's involved in the finish.
Yeah.
Instead of her
Or
just
something like she can eliminate Lacey Evans for trying breaking up the thing.
something. Just get her involved so
Because
she's
Lacey
not.
just is standing on the outside doing nothing.
Yeah, she ran up the apron, or
Yeah.
the ramp. But
Yeah.
just to have Becky out there selling one end of days for the last 10 minutes of the show or 5 minutes, however long it was.
Like now you're super overbooking. this
Yeah,
finish.
it's just, I don't know.
She had enough time to come back.
Totally.
Especially boom, she took a
She
punch.
got legit knocked out or concussed by Nia Jax.
Yeah. Nia Jax is 270, 80-pound girl. who
Yeah.
just popped her right in the nose. She's laughing and giggling about it.
This is like, still that moment of her staying in the crowd all bloody.
Yeah.
Was amazing.
Yeah.
And just ever since the Royal Rumble, I don't feel like they've really handled Becky's creative well. She's lost so much momentum.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's a bummer. Just there could have been a way to book the finish of that show where both Seth and Becky had that moment to shine.
Because now what's going to happen is it's going to be the Brock No-Show show.
Yeah, I know, and he's going to have a match against I don't know who at SummerSlam.
And we're not going to see him
He's
till SummerSlam.
Probably not.
So the top title will not be on TV.
We'll see in maybe 1 or 2 weeks. We'll probably see him the go home show to SummerSlam.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Is Seth versus Brock? And then
That's not exciting.
yeah, we've seen it already. And then what is Seth going to beat Brock to regain the title? He had to boot him in the nuts.
Yeah, and drop him with like 4 stomps.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
what if we get the same thing? And then it's like it's redundant, and then you're just not going over Seth. You're not because I want to see some Seth Rollins performances.
I know.
Like we're like AEW's kind of giving us the top performances of
I
their
know,
stars.
and I feel like Seth is he's put in a position where he has to wrestle more or less the same match every week.
Yeah.
And he's great. I love Seth Rollins. He's one of the best wrestlers in the whole world.
And he's been talking smack to all the main guys that are killing it right now.
Yeah, I
like
know.
Ospreay.
I know.
Like,
He says he's not going to do that anymore, though.
because they tell him not to do that anymore. Hey, we're booking you to wrestle this style, so if you keep saying you're the best, then all the fans are going to make fun of you in the pace that we have you doing.
Yeah.
Not showing what you really could do.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Give us the...
Just
There's heel moments. When Seth was a heel, he would have these crazy matches where he's wrestling kind of super duper Two-Face.
Yeah.
like just too facious for his heel
Yeah.
way he's wrestling.
Yeah. Like as far as his moveset and
Dude,
how
he
he
was
approaches
hitting like
matches. Yeah.
a 450 splash, landing on his feet, rolling.
Oh gosh, I remember the moment in the Shield when I became a Seth Rollins fan. There was this, I can't remember the match who was against, but he was in the Shield when they were heels, and he goes and he does a tope, hits somebody in the process of that, lands on his feet, gets back in the ring, runs to the opposite side of the ring, does the same exact thing, lands on his feet again.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This guy is incredible.
Does a top rope suplex, lands, rolls back, does another suplex.
Yeah.
Like, or to a Falcon's Arrow.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys afraid of that, Seth? Like,
I know.
Like what?
And like, I feel like his suicide, and this isn't I almost make it sound like I'm talking crap about Seth, because I love Seth. I think he's amazing.
And we're not doing that. We're just promoting what he really can and should be doing.
I feel like like they say, do your suicide dives like half speed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he can do him like a Kira Tozawa, like just full on abandoned.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
I've seen lucha guys. Or maybe they do full sprint. They hit you, they land on the feet, they come back, they do another
maybe
one.
he's
Dragon Lee style.
Maybe that knee injury kind of made him dial it back a little bit when he blew out his knee. I don't know.
When he a sunset to a powerball on Kane.
I know.
I mean, you would assume that Kane's weight was what bugged him, but no, it's just the way he flipped over.
Yeah,
his foot
inside of his foot. Yeah,
and on the inside of his foot, blew out his ACL.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
But
anyway, Seth is great. I don't want to make it sound like
Seth
I'm
is
talking trash about Seth. I want true Seth.
True
Yes,
Seth.
exactly. Like early Shield Seth.
And it's not. We're not. I'm not saying we're knocking. I like that version.
Same.
But you know, I don't know. I think maybe they just want to do more character stuff with him so that they have more longevity with him. Maybe
Let's gotta do better character stuff with him, because this character stuff is
it's
not
really
cutting
like
it.
cringy.
It's not cutting
geeky
it right now.
Seth isn't my Seth.
No. Same. Anyways, enough of that. It was actually a relatively enjoyable show. It was middle of the road, but it wasn't bad by any stretch of
Yeah, it was
imagination.
okay. It was all right.
Maybe later this week I'll get a chance to watch Fight for the Fallen and Evolve and all these, and both the G1 shows over the weekend. It's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, Evolve, Shotzi Blackheart, crazy
That's the
dive.
suicide dive there.
That's the suicide dive.
Exactly.
Literally, she dove on no one.
Yeah, well, a couple of chairs.
On chairs.
Now is the point in the show that I have to bid Cal farewell.
Oh,
It's been 2 amazing weeks, my friend. I can't thank you enough. It's been incredible. I appreciate everything you've gone above and beyond. You've been so generous with your time and your knowledge and your insight, and it's been an absolute pleasure sharing this desk with you. I look forward to when I get the opportunity to do it again, even if Steve's actually in that seat and we have to like shoehorn you in here somewhere.
somewhere around here.
I know we're gonna work. We need a better layout here, but truly, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Larson. Thank you so much for having me. It's fun to really. I got to know you more. I got to know the friendos more, and like, you know, staying at Steve's place for a little bit. I felt like I got to know him a little bit more. But no, man, it's been such a great experience. The friendos, it for a lot of it, for me, it's been lacking on getting recognition for a lot of things I've done. I'm not one to try to put over the stuff I've done, because some of the stuff I've done, I'm not really too proud of it, but I want to show how much I can really do. And actually having an audience, you, the friendos that legit care, my motivation to be a better performer, be more of a personality is turned up so much. And it's coming on this show that's flipped another gear for me. And it's motivating and it's great. And it's nice to finally feel that nice welcome feeling, because it's hard depending on where you live in the indies. Is not easy. It is not easy, and you have to be lucky. And I feel very lucky right now to be sitting in this chair, sitting with you and being with the friendos, recording this last episode for the moment. I might be in hibernation, but I'll come out of it, and then Steve's gonna be back, and it'll be nice to have Steve back, and it'd be cool to be part of this show with Steve here as well. And I'd like to thank Steve too, because it was his idea. I don't know if it was your idea, but it seemed like it was his idea to ask me to get me on the show.
Well, he's like, he said to me, "What do you think about Cal?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
it's good."
And it's perfect because I'm not doing anything at the moment, so it's like, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to come on the show and be a part of the team. And I feel like I am. Like,
oh, definitely. I mean, I say that door is always open, and that's honest and sincere. You're always welcome to come back anytime.
Absolutely.
And when you're done with the keto business,
that we can enjoy.
We're gonna go next door to the pub.
Yeah,
beers on me.
I would love it,
and
it'd be so much fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I will say this: there will be future pro wrestling stuff that we will include you guys in more.
Oh.
I think there's some stuff that we can do to get Friendo Road going again.
Yes, that's something that definitely.
I think the Friendos really like that.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's another side of like your guys' person.
Totally.
The creative aspect that you
Yeah,
guys,
we don't
because you
get
guys
to
are
do-
super creative.
We don't get to do the filmmaking stuff very much, and that was a nice outlet. That's
So,
for sure.
and then it's like I gave you guys some of my backdrops that
Totally.
we can totally use. I mean, I'm leaving it there because I'm going to get them back.
Okay.
So I got to come back to do some filming.
There
and
you go.
Finally do some promo stuff with Grizzly Cow Jack. So you have normal cow right here, but you don't really get to see Grizzly often. And I don't get a chance to cut promos the way I've always wanted to. Now with Going in Raw, Steven Larson, that's what it's about. And I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
You know, I have an idea.
Yeah.
We'll end the show on this. Maybe this will inspire you maybe even more. You have those backdrops, the woodland backdrops.
Yeah.
Where's my directions at? There's a river down there with real trees and real water.
Yeah.
We could shoot stuff out
We
there.
can shoot tons of stuff. We're right by the American River.
Correct, yes.
The American River. Right here.
The lifeblood of the
lifeblood
Sacramento Valley.
of Sacramento Valley.
That's probably the Sacramento River. But the American River feeds in the Sacramento River.
Yeah, you know what? Rough and Ready, where I pretend from Cal Jack. It's not too far from here either.
There you go.
But before I finish, friendos, if you want to stay in touch with your Grizzly pal Cal Jack, yes, I'm officially on the Friendoverse, which is on Facebook. But you can also follow me on Instagram at Cal, K-A-L, _Jack, J-A-K. I almost said C. J-A-K. No C's, though, because we're not average.
Not
underscore. You guys can, I think, on the YouTube thread, I did comment a lot of the stuff under my Cal Jack, under my YouTube thing. Just type Cal Jack. You'll see me holding my grizzly head or whatever, my little picture thing. That's for sure me. And, yeah, follow me on YouTube. Yes. I will post more matches. Definitely going to do more match style. That's going to make the friendos happy. If you guys want me to do stuff in a match, I'll try to incorporate it. And if you see something I've done that you like, just know I did it for you. And also, you guys, follow me on Twitter. Same thing, Cal _Jack. And also Instagram, same thing. I brought that up already. And also, final thing, Pro Wrestling Tees. You guys, if you want to buy Grizzly Cow Jack shirts, please, by all means, your support means a lot. We're just, I'm a hungry independent wrestler. Having you guys buy shirts shows support for me, which gives me more motivation to do more for you guys. Shows me support. You could be wearing a Grizzly Cow Jack show at an indie promotion. You might catch somebody's eye. Who knows? It could lead more future opportunities for me. And that's what I like about the Friendoverse. You guys create a lot for the guys that you support, whether they know it or not. I definitely know it now. So whatever happens with me in the future, if something big happens and I see you guys at a show, which I know will happen, your guys' support makes me want to perform even better and harder. So, yeah, friendos, please buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/Caljak, K-A-L-J-A-K. No C's because we're not average, and none of the friendos are. And that's why I love you guys.
They're the best. Absolute
They
best.
are the best. Absolutely.
Well, it is bittersweet that we end the show. Looking forward to doing a lot more with you, bud.
I really hope so.
Man,
Larson, you've been the best, man. Thank you so much.
You're the best, Cal. You're the best.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Look, we're wearing wing shirts.
We are.
We're just on the same page.
We are.
Crazy.
And we share a brain now.
I think we do.
It took 2 weeks, but we now share a brain.
Now
totally.
we do.
Thanks, everybody. This next week, it's all we did a bunch of pre-recorded stuff. So unless anything major breaks, you'll get a bunch of best ofs this week.
Yep.
From Steve and I. He'll be magically back in this chair, even though he's still in the United Kingdom. We'll be back with live shows on the 22nd, I believe, a week from tomorrow. Yes, the 22nd. We'll be back rock and rolling as we have been for the last however many years.
Until then, friendos, and I usually say this in my promos, but I'll say it right now, I will catch you on the flip side.
Bye, everybody.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.